Hey guys, Jake here, and today I've got my week 6 match of the CPC versus A12 QSD, who's the coach of the Arkham City Delibirds. A12, I know he's a very good builder and a very good player. Definitely a tough opponent for this week. His draft, in my opinion, is not the best draft, but it is still very threatening. So yeah, I'll read out his draft in a sec. His draft consists of Tapu Koko, Ziggersby, Mega Sharpedo, Alamomola, Mandibuzz, Weezing, Hippowdon, Blissey, Draudigon, Porygon-Z, and Archeops. Now, the Archeops is the eligible Mon, but he did not bring it. So yeah, so he's got the Tapu Koko, which he brought. Tapu Koko is a very big threat to my team. If my Venusaur is chipped a bit, he can take me out with a max attack Brave Bird, which I think is a set. So yeah, that's really scary. I don't really have great answers to Tapu Koko outside of my Venusaur. Zapdos is taken out with or Zapdos is easily 2KO'd with a Wild Charge or Thunderbolt, and yeah, Bronzong gets whittled and takes a ton from Volt Switch slash Thunderbolt slash Wild Charge. So yeah, the Tapu Koko is an extremely threatening Mon. He's also got the Diggersby. Diggersby is a gigantic threat to my team. I was seeing all sorts of different sets and mocks. I saw a Dual Dance set with Agility and Swords Dance. I saw a Bandit a few times, which I think is the scariest set. I also saw a Scarf one, which I'm not really anticipating. And yeah, so the Diggersby is really scary. Knockoff does a ton to my Bronzong, as does Fire Punch. Yeah, I don't really have great switch-ins to Diggersby at all. Earthquake does a crap load to my Venusaur. So yeah, the Diggersby is an extremely threatening Mon. He's also got the Hippowdon. Hippowdon, I'm not that worried about. I do have my Venusaur, but it can be annoying because it can lower, the Sandstream can lower the amount of HP I get back from Synthesis. So yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, but I can still take it on relatively well. Also, my Zapdos set is designed to beat the Hippowdon I expect him to bring, and I've also got my Azumarill, which scares it out. He's also got the Porygon-Z, which I think is the biggest threat to my team. Because Shadow Ball plus Tri-Attack hits my team super hard. I saw Specs almost every time, and Bronzong is not a great switch into a Specs Tri-Attack. It actually does like 30%, which is just insane. Adaptability Specs Porygon-Z is so strong. He can also run Modest versus my team. So yeah, the Porygon-Z is probably the biggest threat to my team. Next one he's got is Draudigon. Draudigon is pretty annoying. I saw I saw it a few times in mocks, and it was always just being annoying. I don't have the best ways to immediately kill it. It can just phase my team around. It can set up rocks. It can just be a general nuisance to my team, and it could chip it down well for stuffers like his Koko and Diggersby to clean up late game. And then he's got another huge threat to my team. He's also got the Sharpedo, the Mega Sharpedo. Thankfully, the Mega Sharpedo is required to Mega Turn 1, which is a bit of a relief. But it is still pretty scary because its dual stabs plus Psychic Fangs just run through my team. Zapdos is easily 2KO'd by Crunch after rocks. Azumarill takes a lot from Poison Jab. And yeah, so going into my team, I've got Scarf Blaziken. Scarf Blaziken I brought because it was nice to have an immediate revenger to Porygon-Z and Mega Sharpedo, as well as potential Scarf Diggersby. Flare Blitz also does a ton to a Tapu Koko. So yeah, this Blaziken is a really nice win condition late game if I get rid of his walls. I've also got a specially defensive Mega Venusaur. I'm Spit F to take hits a bit better from Porygon-Z. This thing is, I need to play this thing carefully, and I need to keep it healthy so I don't become too weak to the Tapu Koko. Yeah, so Basically, this thing isn't a switch into Torpedo because of Psychic Fangs. And, yeah, it also is a bit hindered by the fact that, if Sand is up, it only recovers 25% from Synthesis. But I still think that, the Venusaur can put in a lot of work. I've got Leech Seed to, help me whittle down the Druddigon if it's spamming Dragon Tail gets too annoying. The next mon I've got is Choice Spec Supa. I've got Trick, Psychic, Energy Ball, and I believe... Oh, I can't remember. Well, it doesn't come up in this game. So yeah, Spec Supa is nice this game. It can hit the Hippowdon and the Druddigon for tons of damage. It can outspeed and one-shot the Diggersby. It can take a hit from the Porygon Z and one-shot it. And yeah, so Spec Supa is a really solid wall breaker for this game. The next mon I've got is I've got a dual screens Bronzong with Light Clay, Toxic, and Rocks. Earlier I did have like a Colberry Bronzong. It had Rocks, Toxic, Psywave, and Gyro Ball. But I opted to change to dual screens because if I can lessen the damage that Porygon Z and Diggersby and Sharpedo and Koko do to my team, I've got a really good chance to win with my Azumarill set, which I'll go on later. The Azumarill is my main win condition going into this game. And so yeah, and I also just take less damage with those things with my Zapdos and my Venusaur. And I felt like the best way to win this game was to just try and limit the offensive pressure that his threats put onto my team. So yeah, the next mon I've got is Physically Defensive Subtoxic Zapdos. Subtoxic Zapdos beats this Hippowdon because I'm expecting him to have Stealth Rocks, Toxic, Earthquake, and Slack Off. So yeah, this Zapdos beats that. Also, it can Toxic the Diggersby, as well as the Druddigon. In retrospect, maybe this wasn't the best set because it doesn't like do immediate damage to Druddigon, Hippowdon, or Diggersby, but I feel like it was a good idea. I think it did much better against his entire team in general versus the team he actually brought. But yeah, and the last mon I've got is a pretty nice set. I've got a sub Belly Drum Azumarill. I've also got the Figgy Berry, and I've got Play Rough and Aqua Jet. Those stabs are pretty much all I need to win with this Azumarill. Once I saw that I didn't bring Weezing, I know that my Azumarill was going to put in a ton of work. However, it was a bit unfortunate that I didn't bring the Alomomola, the Mandibuzz, or the Blissey, because this Azumarill was actually, it had a ton of speed investment, and it was also max HP, so I can sub on, I had enough speed to speed creep a Mandibuzz so he doesn't outspeed me in Toxic. Without an investment, I also outspeed the Alomomola and sub on it. And I also was max HP, so a Seismic Toss from Blissey does not make right sub. But yeah, against the team he brought, Azumarill won't be subbing as much as I originally planned it to, but I still think it'll put in a good amount of work. He doesn't have the best switch-ins to it. So yeah, I'm just gonna lead off with my Venusaur here because he doesn't have too much to like immediately pressure. Like he could lead with Sharpedo, but he can't OHKO me, and I kill him with Giga Drain. So yeah, I'm gonna lead off with my Venusaur as he leads off with his Diggersby. Now I can live an Earthquake, and I can live a Return easily. Even if he is banded, he does to a KO me, but I do enough with Giga Drain to the fact where he can't do a KO me after I recover HP. So here I'm just gonna fire off a safe Giga Drain as he goes straight into his Porygon Z, and that damage reveals to me that he is actually a pretty bulky Porygon Z, max HP to be exact, and he's also got some special defense investment. So my first thought was maybe he's Trick Room, but then I realized Trick Room isn't really that good against my team. I feel like Agility is better because with Trick Room, like my walls will speed. I don't know. I just felt like Agility was better. So on this turn, I'm just gonna go for another Giga Drain because maybe if he's like bulky specs, I can Now I get to it KO'd after the health I recover back. So here he actually goes for the recover. So yeah, this is when it hits me. He's definitely a bulky setup variant, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool set by A12. So yeah, this is designed to set up on my Venusaur. And so yeah, on this turn I'm just gonna fire off a Leech Seed because the residual damage and healing each turn is really nice. So yeah, here this turn he goes for Dark Pulse, predicting my Bronzong, I guess, and he flips me. That's fine. I still am pretty healthy, and yeah. So here he goes for the Tri Attack. That does a decent amount, but he's definitely not a boosting item. But yeah, I go for the Leech Seed, and now we've got the Porygon seeded. So we're gonna just go for the Synthesis, trying to get back to full HP. Now here goes for the Nasty Plot. I actually go for the Sludge Bomb on this turn, trying to fish for the Poison, because if I get the Poison plus Leech, if I get the Poison, that means that Giga Drain plus Leech Seed plus Poison will be to KOing him, which is really nice because I'll be getting back HP and killing this Porygon Z. And if I kill the Porygon Z, then that's a lot less pressure on my team. So yeah, but I unfortunately do not get the Poison. Here he's just gonna go for the recover as I go for the Giga Drain again. And here I'm expecting him to recover again, so I go for the Sludge Bomb. And again, we do not get a Poison. So here I just go for the Giga Drain because I'm thinking he's probably gonna just try attack and get damage off on me. As we do take out the Porygon Z, and my Venusaur is relatively healthy, so that's nice. Also, this Venusaur can kind of recover pretty freely on the Dreaded Gun and Powdon. So that's super nice. Now here he goes on to his Sharpedo. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Okay, one sec, let me just get it. Alright, here. Okay, so here I switch out into my Zapdos, because I figured he's probably going to go for the Psychic Fangs. And if he goes for the Psychic Fangs, he cannot 2KO me with Psychic Fangs plus Crunch. And there's also a chance I can get Static Para. And I also one-shot him with Discharge. So yeah, as you're going to see, he's going to go for the Psychic Fangs. And he's actually going to get paralyzed from Static. Now this is huge. This was definitely game-changing. Because his Sharpedo, I probably underprepped for Sharpedo. I did put on a ton of offensive pressure from my team. I didn't really have a great answer for it, but yeah, now that it's paralyzed, pretty much anything that speeds it aside from my Bronzong. So yeah, that's really unfortunate. But it is 30% chance. It's like same as Scald Burn. But yeah, it still sucks. Here on this turn, I'm just gonna set up a substitute because I figured he's probably gonna go into one of his ground types, and I honestly expect him to Powdon to get a Brox, but he just goes hard to me, and this turn I'm just gonna get this thing on a timer. I'm gonna go for the Toxic as he fires off the return. Here I have to hope that he's choice locked, and I'm gonna go into my Bronzong. I don't want this Zapdos taking a return, as he just fires off another return, and that does a ton of damage, and that reveals that he is indeed a choice banded Diggersby. If my Bronzong gets whittled, this Diggersby is actually really scary. Also, quick attacks from this thing will be doing a ton to stuff like my Hoopa and my Blaziken. So yeah, this Diggersby is definitely looking like a threat right now. Yeah, but here on this turn, I'm just gonna set up my rocks as he goes on to his Powdon. Here I switch right into my Zapdos. As he goes for his rocks, I kind of wanted to free sub. Here I sub as he actually goes for the Whirlwind, which was pretty nice on him. I expected Toxic over Whirlwind. Here I just Baton Pass out as after he Whirlwinds into my Blaziken because I don't want to stay in. I do very little damage to this Hippowdon. But yeah, here I decide to go into my Bronzong, and here I'm just gonna fire off the Toxic. Or actually no, I don't. I actually go for the Reflect because I figured he's probably going into Sharpedo, and if I could limit the damage this Sharpedo is gonna go for, it would be nice. I also didn't want to double. Felt like that was a bit too risky. Yeah, but yeah, here, I'm an idiot, and I forget that Psychic Fangs break experience, so I'm thinking, hey, I only take like 26, from Psychic Fangs with my Azumarill, so Azumarill is pretty safe switching, I resist its dual stabs, so, but, yeah, actually, he's gonna go for the Psychic Fangs, and that does a ton of damage. Now my Azumarill is really weak, which sucks a lot. Now here, I figured he's probably going to go for a Poison Jab, but I want this Azumarill healthy, so what I'm going to do, I do outspeed this Sharpedo because it's paralyzed, and I do have a good amount of speed investment. So what I'm going to do in this turn, I'm going to sub, so I'm in range of my Figgy Berry. I'm going to get back up to a decent amount of health, and he'll break my sub on this turn, but that's fine. I go for the sub as he gets brought down to, I get back up to 61 as he goes for the Poison Jab. Now here, I'm just going to go for the Play Rough. I do one-shot the Sharpedo. He doesn't really have great switch-ins. And, yeah, I do take out the Sharpedo in one hit. The crit did not matter. Now, here he goes down to his Tapu Koko. On this turn, I just decided to sack off my Bronzong. I figured it wasn't really doing this much at this point. I did get my rocks up, as he reveals to be pretty much max attack. Tapu Koko from that damage, which means that Brave Birds will be doing a lot to my Venusaur, which is pretty scary. Here I have no other play but to go into my Blaziken. I'm just gonna fire off a Flare Blitz here. Maybe I should have made the more aggressive play and gone for the Baton Pass, predicting the Druddigon to come in. But I'm just gonna go for the Flare Blitz, and he is gonna reveal to be the staple Fire Check, the Rough Skin Rocky Helmet. Druddigon, so that's definitely annoying. Here I'm gonna go hard into my Venusaur because I can synthesis up on this thing. I can also go for the Leech Seed, but he goes for the Gunk Shot, trying to predict my Azu, I guess. But my Venusaur takes that well. Here I just want to get healthy, so I go for the Synthesis as he goes for the Dragon Tail, as I go for my Azumarill. This might have been a misplay here. Here, I just want to go for damage on this Druddigon. I actually didn't calc it, so I thought there was a good chance of my kill, even though I only have like a tiny bit of attack investment on this Azumarill. But yeah, here I just fire off a Play Rough. I actually don't take out the Druddigon, as I take the Rough Skin damage and the Rocky Helmet, and he's able to finish me off with a Gunk Shot. Now, here I go onto my Venusaur, as I just go for the Synthesis again. As he goes for the Dragon Tail, and I get brought into my Zapdos. Now here, I figured it's best for me to take this opportunity that he's given me to roost up with my Zapdos. But instead, he goes for the roost, but then he reveals the rest. I saw the same set once in the mock, and it was really annoying because he'd basically it just spams Dragon Tail, gets a ton of chip damage on my team, and yeah, here I go hard to my Venusaur because I want to get this thing Leech Seeded. As he does reveal that he has a Sleep Talk, and thankfully there he gets the rest. This time he goes for the Sleep Talk and he does get the Dragon Tail, and here he goes out into his Blaziken, which is kind of worst case scenario. Yeah, but here I don't know why I didn't Baton Pass, but it doesn't make a difference. Here I go into my Venusaur because my Venusaur is the best thing to take this on. Sludge Bomb is doing a decent amount, but yeah, here he wakes up, says go for the Dragon Tail, and I'm brought out into my Blaziken again, which is pretty annoying. This is a common theme you'll be seeing. He's gonna get really lucky Dragon Tail switches, but it's fine. Here I'm just gonna go for the Baton Pass again and go out to my Zapdos this time, as he goes for the Dragon Tail, and I go onto my Blaziken again, but it's fine. I am getting the residual recovery with Leech Seed. But yeah, here I decided to go into my Zapdos. As he go over the Dragon Tail, I actually lived that on one, and there I get the Static Pair, but that's irrelevant. But yeah, now I go into my Venusaur. I get a little bit of recovery from Leech Seed, and here I just want to get this thing as healthy as possible. And this time he goes out to my Zapdos, which sucks. That was another lucky Leech Seed, or not Leech Seed, Dragon Tail switch, because I really want to save that Zapdos as a sack for the Diggersby. if I got Dragon Tailed into my Hoopa, my Specs Hoopa, that would have been fantastic. But nope. Every time either Blaziken or Zapdos, right when I didn't want those mobs to come in. But now I get to go onto my Specs Hoopa, and basically you got to kill as he just stats attack off his Strategon. And now he brings in his Tapu Koko. Here I choke. I'm not gonna lie. For some reason, him clicking Wild Charge here just did not. I didn't think of it. So basically, I thought he would be going for a U-turn. If he went for a U-turn, I thought my play was to go hard into my Blaziken, make the aggressive play. I do live a U-turn, and then I can fire off a high jump kick. Hippowdon does take it relatively well. But Diggersby dies. If he goes down to, if he quick attacks, that's fine, because then I get to recover with my Venusaur, because he is banded. But yeah, here I choke. I go onto my Blaziken, and he just kills me with the Wild Charge. But now I decide to go into my Venusaur. It's my only play, because Hoopa dies. So now Brave Bird is actually, if he's not a boosting item, like, I don't know, Muscle Band or Expert Belt, Brave Bird is a roll to kill me. It's in my favor. It does 53 to 63, and I'm at 63. So yeah, here he goes for the Brave Bird. He needs a max roll to kill me, and thankfully I do live on 1%, and he kills me with Sludge Bomb. Anyway, I kill him with Sludge Bomb. Now here he goes out into his Diggersby, and I know he's gonna just lock himself into Quick Attack here. Quick Attack actually has a chance to kill Hoop after Rocks, I think. But yeah, he goes for the Quick Attack, and basically, now I'm actually in a pretty solid position. If I live this Quick Attack, it all comes down to what his Hippowdon spread is. It is a pretty good. It's in my favor for me to live this Quick Attack, so I'm just gonna click Specs Energy Ball on this turn, and I do live the Quick Attack, and I take out the Diggersby with the Energy Ball. So now it's Hoopa versus Hippowdon, and basically, if he's like a standard mixed defensive Hippowdon, it's very likely that I kill him. But if he's like a max Spadef careful Hippowdon, which I don't think he is, then I can't kill him. But I think it's better for him to be physically defensive, so I'm pretty confident that I win here. But it's definitely not wrapped up. I have to click Specs Energy Ball on this turn because I am locked in, and I actually crit him. But he told me the spread after the game, and the crit didn't matter. He was more of a physically defensive Garchomp, or physically defensive Hippo for my Garchomp, which I did not bring. But yeah, that was a great game to A12. I'm sorry for that static para on the Sharpedo. That did suck a lot, but yeah, that was a fun game. Definitely pretty long, but I do like long games. They definitely feel more intense. But yeah, GG. Next week we are going up against my good friend Fallop, coach of the Dewford Drapions. He is actually on fire right now, so yeah, I'm looking forward to playing him. And we are actually 6-0 right now, which I honestly did not expect going into the season. I had a feeling I would do pretty well, but to be 6-0, I did not expect it. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.